we're just seeing all of the, becoming more and more aware of like the warmongering imperialist nature of the US. And there's this theme in this film, like they never tell you who the bad guy is. They just basically suggest that everybody in the world hates us, and so somebody has come for us and brought this destruction upon us. And my like emotional reaction was like, fuck, guess we can't stop putting billions into the war machine because they hate us. Like, I don't want to die. That was like my immediate, like very basic response. And then I was like, wow, it's really fascinating that this is the vague, like, first of all, what a vague, it could be anyone. Like, they have flyers literally come down there, like, it could be Russia, it could be China, it could be Iran, it could literally be anyone, everyone, there's danger all around. And this is like the exact kind of fear mongering that that the US propaganda uses all the time, of like, anybody, it doesn't even matter if you morally are against war, you have to be behind it because do you want to die? So to me, it was like, whoa, this is happening. This messaging is coming out right in the middle in this particular month. And then you're like, huh, and President Obama executive produced this. Now, I thought it was really interesting because there's been like, Ismail kind of had a quote where he was defending, just saying like, come on, like these conspiracy theories, these wild conspiracy theories that there's something like a political message behind this, like it's, which is so wild. Like, of course there's a political message behind it, but then I think that they're like, he could just want to like write an empathetic story about like these two families. I'm like, this is a very political movie. Like the whole bad guy is just like global politics. And so there
like
was
the global other of some kind.
Yeah, exactly, the global, and like didn't even shy away from being like, we're gonna make it a vague ghost. So any scary person you want to put in that scares you, you can fit in just as long as you want, like, are scared. And the New York Post had an article about like the New York Post, but still, why leave the world behind? Viewers think Obamas are sending a warning with the movie. Like, a lot of people are like, I think responded just like, they're sending a message here. Like, the message couldn't be clearer. You should be afraid. There's a threat.
Yeah.
And I just think that is really interesting, the response from Ismail. So in this interview with Vanity Fair, Ismail says that working with the former President Obama, this was his quote, President Obama, having the experience he does have, was able to ground me a little bit on how things might unfold in reality. Like, that's terrifying. You're like, we're supposed to watch this movie and not think the whole time about the fact that a former president is
is
gave
consulting
notes
on this.
But then he continues, and this was sort of his thing. He also said later, like, oh, it's so silly. People think that all these conspiracy theories. I'm like, they're not really I think they're just observations. I don't know what like, I hate when people are like, conspiracy theories. I'm like, no one's conspiring. They're just having genuine observations about the movie you made.